No, you know what I hate the most? Is when people say appies. Oh my god, go die. Like, just kill yourself if you say appies.
Yeah, we're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 45, just like your favorite president, Donald Trump, of the ScruffCast. I'm John.
And I'm Dan.
Now, that wasn't like Donald Trump's age. He's not 45. He's like, I don't know.
He's the 45th president.
He's the 45th president. Just in case you didn't get the reference. I could see like my mom listening to the podcast being like, 45? I thought he's older.
I thought he was like 70 something.
Isn't he old? Wait, is he the one who likes socialism? No, that's Bernie Sanders. Anyways. Welcome back. Another week, another ScruffCast. Bringing joy into your lives.
Bringing the heat. Or the nice warm, like, breath air. That's more so what we bring. Like that.
Yeah.
You know, when you're sleeping next to your significant other and they kind of breathe in your face and you get that, like, hot, damp air. That's us. That's what we're bringing. We're not bringing the heat, but we're bringing some...
It's a perfect analogy because it's variable. Some nights you're like, ugh. And some nights you're like, do we have pasta for dinner? Right? So it depends. It depends on the night. Just like the
nice
ScruffCast.
Alfredo.
Right? All right. So we're back again. And,
well, let's start off with the question to ponder.
Let's start off with the question to ponder like we do every week. Last week, the question was, if you could go back in time and take credit for one invention, which would it be, Dan?
Electricity. That's the obvious choice. Everything we own, like everything we have, runs off electricity now. You know, the greatest invention ever.
That's a pretty good one. Is it an invention, or is it a discovery?
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
he got me there.
Well, but this question was about taking credit, right?
I'll take credit for that discovery then.
I guess so.
I know it's not the question, but...
No, that's a fair one. You know what? Discovering or inventing electricity, that's a veteran move.
Agreed.
A veteran move so good, it gets you on the $100 bill.
Yeah. Not bad.
Shake my head.
Well, you know what invention I would choose this swivel chair I'm sitting on right now.
That's a comfy chair.
This is unbelievably comfy, this chair.
The listeners can't see, but Dan's sitting on a nice faux leather office chair.
Oh, I can smell it. There's cows. I can smell the cow coming off. This is real leather.
Sorry, vegans. Yes, I used to have a much worse chair that I quickly wore through because I spend hours and hours sitting on my ass.
Too busy farting all over his chair.
Yep, those aren't cows you're smelling. Those are the cows I ate for lunch.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. When I went to get my taxes done this year,
yeah,
the accountant had this chair.
The same chair?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, man, I know he's comfortable right now. I know what that chair feels like. It's a great chair.
It's
just like a computer desk chair. It's a great chair.
If it's accountant approved...
That's true, yeah.
Then damn, I think I made a good choice.
You didn't buy this chair, did you?
No, my parents got it for me for Christmas 2 years ago.
Damn, that's a good Christmas gift.
It was a good Christmas gift. Well done, parents. Or maybe it was my uncle.
Oh.
I don't remember, but if you listen to the podcast, he would be able to tell me.
Does he listen to the podcast?
No, of course not. I've told him about it. But you know what the thing is? I think he's the type of person who would love the podcast. And this is only relevant to anybody who knows my uncle. But...
Right, yeah. I'm like, which I don't, so I don't get it either. Well,
anybody who loves us, I think, would love the podcast. Right? Yeah. I mean, totally unrelated, and I still have my answer to give.
Oh, yeah.
I found a picture online of a beer koozie, or cozy, because I was telling my mom the story, and she's like, koozie? What the hell's a koozie? I said, what do you mean? Beer koozie. That's how Dan says it.
It's a koozie, isn't it?
It's a koozie.
Hey, you listen to country music. It's a koozie.
It's a cozy.
Oh, no, it's not. It's a koozie.
Either way.
I think.
And it, what did the beer koozie say?
I'm not sure, actually.
I think it said something like, you know, why don't I just look at it instead of try to...
Getting off to a great start here already.
This is what the listeners love. They specifically, I think we got 20 emails this week saying, keep it up.
We're only going to read one of them, but we got 20.
Oh, the koozie said, if a man says he will fix it, he will. There's no need to remind him every 6 months. And it made me think of my uncle.
That was funny.
That's exactly him. Like, he tore the baseboards off at his house.
Yeah.
And then I think they were off for, like, literally months before he put them back.
Put new ones on. Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm going to take the baseboards off. I'm going to put the new ones on, like, this weekend.
Yeah.
And then
just didn't. Yeah.
Anyways, the invention I would take credit for. So originally I thought, like, the internet, right?
Yeah.
But Dan, who invented the internet?
The American government.
You don't even know. You weren't supposed to answer there. You're supposed to be like, I don't know.
Oh.
You don't even know.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, correct answer, Dan. So, thinking about it more deeply.
Wasn't it the American government, though?
Kind of. There's, like, this guy.
Didn't they create, like, the World Wide Web?
Tim Berners-Lee, and he helped, like, invent, I think, the World Wide Web, and then the American government created, like, early versions of the internet, which was, like, I believe for, like, talking between army bases or something. I don't know. We're just talking out of our ass here, but that's the name of the game on the ScruffCast. So I wouldn't go with the internet. I would go with, I think I'd go with, like, Apple computer.
Yeah, okay.
Because not only would you be rich, because this question was just about the credit. Or sorry, not only would you be rich, this question wasn't about the money, it was about the credit. People would know, right? If I'm like, oh, who founded Apple computer? Everybody's like, oh, Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
So people would know me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right? If I picked like, oh, I would invent the chair. Dude, fantastic invention.
But I don't know who invented it.
Yeah, who the hell invented the chair?
Yeah, you're right. So you really want, like, you want to be famous.
That's what the question was. It was the credit. If I wanted to be low key, I'd be
yeah,
like,
well, fair enough.
Like
yeah,
the guy who invented those little, you know, like those long metal tubes with the little like thimble cap you use to like put out a candle or something. I would like if I want to know credit, that'd be the guy who invented that.
Right.
I don't even know what they're called, let alone the guy who invented them.
Yeah. Who thought it was necessary? Just blow the candle out.
Yeah, that was a real hoity-toity thing, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Blow the candle out. What do you do? What are you thinking?
Like, time for tea. Oh, it's crumpet time. Blow out the candles, and instead of just a. They had to bring out the little like flame snuffer thing, like
bring out the flame snuffer.
Yeah,
can you imagine? Like, just like, yeah, they were too snotty that they couldn't even blow air out of their mouths to blow out a candle.
and it's not like
the Queen.
Oi, oi! It's not like
Oi.
she was blowing the candles out herself either. She's like, oi, Gerald, come sniff out my candles. That's not a euphemism.
Your candles are being snuffed, madam.
Gerald definitely has a mustache too. He's been in the game for a long time. Somehow he's older than the Queen.
He's a veteran candle snuffer.
Yeah. Keep him open for Hero of the Week. All right. Is that enough rambling? Our listeners probably almost made it to the end of their commutes now. We haven't even got into anything. All right. Oh, we have an email from a listener. The ScruffCast, the gift that keeps on giving. Sometimes I'm jealous that I don't get to listen to the ScruffCast as a listener.
Like as like an outside.
Yeah, instead I'm too busy being famous, being part of it.
I feel your pain.
Listeners, you're so lucky. Do you want to read the email, Dan?
Sure. So the subject is food. Hi, guys. Love that you guys are back. You guys bring up food a bit on your show, and I was wondering what the ScruffCast restaurant would serve. What would your appetizer, entree, dessert, and drink pairing be if you were to run a restaurant for a night? Thanks for the entertainment sent over the internet.
Thanks to the American government there.
Yeah.
So, okay, first off, immediate gripe, appetizer.
You know what? I changed it to appetizer because I also don't like.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you actually edited it.
I edited it. Yeah, yes. The email said app. No, you know what I hate the most is when people say appies. Oh my God, go die! Like, just kill yourself if you say appies.
Dude, you know
I hate that so much.
You know what I hate, and they put it on the invitation for our work holiday party this year. Bevies. Listeners can't even see my expression.
Oh, yeah, like just disbelief. That's what it was.
Bevies?
Bevies, yeah, it's appies too. Aunties, like no, because that's like what a black person calls their aunt. So you can't say that about entrees, but like,
yeah, give me that auntie.
Desserties,
That's how you
desserties,
stand auntie.
No, just ridiculous appies. Anyways, this is a good question. I do like this question though. This is a really good question.
It was a great question. I do got to say though, you guys bring up food a bit on your show. Am I like offended, or am I like?
Or is this guy just thinking that we bring up food because he's always thinking about food?
Yeah, maybe he's like really hungry, right? Like we talk about, 58 minutes of other stuff, 2 minutes of food. This guy's dialed in on the food.
What's going on over there?
You feel the belly rumbling. It's like a spider sense, right? But it's like a glucose sense. The belly rumbles. Yeah. Ooh. That's what I'm thinking about.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's start with appetizers. See, okay, we're going to let you guys in on a little something here. We don't have a lot of articles to talk about today because we're a little lazy.
We're not.
Just didn't do much this week.
Yeah,
so we're just going to kind of ramble on about this stuff. So we're going to start with appetizers. John.
I got my appetizer locked and loaded.
Me too.
I wouldn't be surprised if you have the same one, but I got to go with a solid spinach dip.
Oh, that was not mine, but
And I have a gripe with people who call it spin dip.
it's appies. It's app.
Get that.
It's the same thing. Bevies.
Get that out. You call that spin dip? Get out of my life.
Just burn in hell.
Yeah, you're in the same quality of people who walk slowly on the sidewalk and stop. Just prison for life. Get away.
Yeah. I almost ran a guy over the other day. Like, wow, not run him over.
Were you on
No, I was at a hockey game. The Guelph Storm hockey game. I forgot to tell you, I went to the Guelph Storm game on Monday. Or no, Friday. It was Friday
For the
night.
listeners who weren't privy to our prior to the podcast conversation.
Yeah, well, here we go. I didn't tell him about it before, but now I have to tell him. Yes, I went to the Guelph Storm game on Friday night.
Who'd they play?
Saginaw. Is that their name? Saginaw Spirit.
Okay.
Which was Leo's first live hockey game.
Dan, who's Leo?
He's my son.
Oh.
People know that, though.
Well, do they?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. So it was his first live hockey game. And it went like really well up until Guelph scored. And like sirens start going off and everybody starts cheering. And like the stadium was packed too. It's like not a big stadium. It's like 5,000 people, right?
Yeah.
And he just lost his shit. It was not good. But
Just like that, now he's not going to like hockey.
well, I hope not. What?
You hope he wouldn't like hockey?
No. I hope he does. Like I hope that doesn't happen. What are we talking about here? I don't. Oh, I almost
The appetizers.
people who stop. And it doesn't. Yeah, what I was gonna say doesn't even matter anymore. Okay.
Wait, but
Appetizers.
weren't you going to run the guy over? Do we need to know?
No. It was like what you were saying. Like guy stops in the middle. So I was just like walking through like the concourse,
Yeah.
and he just like stopped right in front of me. The place is like packed too. Just like stopped. Almost did
Give me the old oi.
front to the back. Nobody likes that.
The front to the back.
You know
where
what I'm
they bump
talking
up
about.
against you. Yeah, if I'm like waiting to get on a train or something and like I got my backpack, somebody bumps the backpack, you want to turn around and be like, you son of a bitch.
Bruh,
Don't you see me standing right here?
back up. Yeah.
Shake my goddamn head.
Shaking my goddamn head. Appetizer. So you go spinach dip. Now, are we talking like
I
a cool
love
spinach dip or like a 5 cheese warm spinach dip?
5 cheese warm spinach dip. You bust out the cool spinach dip when you have like a backyard gathering with your friends.
Yes.
Right? On a nice like cool summer night. Mm-hmm. That's when you bust out the cool spinach dip.
Yeah, no, I agree. I would go with a nice grilled calamari.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I do enjoy a grilled calamari.
Yeah, I love calamari.
Good choice. Is there like a dipping sauce with it?
No, it's like a grilled. It's a grilled one. It's not the deep fried. You like the deep fried one.
Deep fried is good, but grilled's a little more sophisticated. It's a fancy restaurant.
Oh no, yeah, my ScruffCast restaurant's fancy. Yeah.
Oh, this isn't like a joint venture?
No, I'm creating my own.
Oh.
We create 2 separate menus. We'll do 2 days of the week, a Saturday and a Sunday.
Oh, I see.
Sundays for the scrubs. That's where your restaurant day is. Mine's
Bro,
for the elegant.
Sunday football day.
So you need that spinach dip. That spin dip.
Yeah, I don't call it spin dip. You got to spin on out of my restaurant.
Oh, it's
Like
our
if
restaurant.
this was my restaurant, somebody came in and said, "We'll take the spin dip," I'd say, "No, you won't."
We don't
Get
serve.
out.
We don't serve your kind here.
We don't serve your kind here. Get out of my life. Get out of my city.
Get out of my life.
I don't want to pay taxes for any facility you'll ever visit in your life. Get away.
I've worked way too hard for you to come into my restaurant and call it spin dip.
I don't take kindly to spin dips.
Okay, so what would your entree be?
So I was thinking of going classic with like a nice, 8-ounce sirloin steak.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little. I'm not settled on the side, but maybe some sort of like crumbled bacon garnish. Maybe we just go
On a
maybe just
mashed
go
potato?
classic with a baked potato.
Yeah.
Maybe we go with like a fancy spring medley of veggies.
Wow.
If you want to be healthy,
Okay.
that's what I go with. What about you?
I would go with a seafood linguine.
Oh, you're going all seafood.
Oh yeah, you get the mussels in there. You get some shrimp, some scallops maybe, and I wouldn't do an Alfredo sauce, but I would do like a white wine cream
That's what I
sauce
knew you
kind
were
of.
gonna say.
Yeah.
Like the excellent one we had on our trip to Chicago.
Yes,
last year,
yeah.
which I think we talked about on the podcast.
Cortinos.
as well.
Oh, yeah. Same idea. Same idea as that.
Shout out to Cortinos.
Shout out to Cortinos.
If you're in the Chicago area, you should go to Cortinos.
Absolutely.
All right, now dessert. I think I'm gonna go classic with a cheesecake.
Oh. Like, is it a specific type of cheesecake? Oh, damn, cheesecake. That is good.
Yeah. Yeah, it can't just be plain cheesecake. It's got to be... It's a little wacky, right? It's got to be something funky. We have 4 kinds of cheesecake. We change it each quarter.
Okay,
Right?
I like that.
So, like, in the fall, we got that, like, pumpkin pie cheesecake.
Oh.
Right?
How
Getting
about-
in Thanksgiving mood.
How about a nice Nutella cheesecake?
Nutella cheesecake? That's a spring one. You're waiting for,
I have a
somebody just
story
around the
about
corner.
Nutella cheesecake.
Okay. Wait, my idea's been taken? With the idea you just gave me?
It's not at a restaurant. No,
All right.
it's like a side story.
Yeah, we'd have like 4 different kinds of cheesecake, and it would vary. That's what I go with. What about
Okay. I would probably just go with a chocolate lava cake.
you? Ooh.
You know what I mean? My meal would like slowly increase in richness. You know, so
Okay.
you'd start with a calamari. It would probably be just like dressed like with like a nice teriyaki, maybe a couple cherry tomatoes, some arugula on there.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then
I'm eating this on the patio.
yeah, oh yeah, no, yeah. I have a rooftop deck on my ScruffCast restaurant.
Fancy.
Yeah, and then you have your seafood linguine, which isn't an Alfredo. Alfredo would be too rich. You have to have a slow increase up in richness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a white wine cream sauce a little bit, so it's a little rich, but not too much. And then boom, we hit you with the chocolate lava cake. Full on rich experience.
Chocolate lava cake. Change your life.
Yeah.
All right. There was also the question about what the drink pairing would be.
What you got?
If you're eating steak, you got to go with a red wine, right?
Fair enough.
What kind of red wine? I mean, I don't know much about wine.
Cab Sav.
You know what? That's exactly what I was about to say. I was totally going to say Cab Sav. There you go.
I think what would pair perfectly with mine is a nice 2014 Riesling.
Oh, the 2014. Good choice.
I don't know about that, but I know Riesling is a white wine.
There you go.
So I would go with that for my meal.
Yeah, the white wine, that's what you picture with the... if I'm thinking white wine, 2 things come to my mind. The, like, seafood linguine or, like, catty housewives, like, fighting on a TV show out for dinner.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Ah, fantastic question.
This was a good question. Maybe we do like food.
Yeah.
You know what?
This guy was onto something.
We weren't in it for the food. We were in it for creating the experience because we're used to it as, being great podcast hosts.
Yeah, you know what? We didn't even really think about this before.
No, we let it come to us.
Yeah. Just kind of thought about this one on the spot. And now I'm a little hungry.
Me too. Got munchies. Listeners, you got to keep sending in these questions.
And listeners,
that's a great
send us in
time.
where you can find a nice seafood linguine.
Please help a brother out.
Yeah.
All right, Dan.
Okay.
We have. Should we tell the listeners how many articles we have this week, or just leave them in suspense?
I think it did.
You said there wasn't many.
Oh. We got 3.
All right, we got 3.
And they all are not good. So here we go.
Okay.
No, you start their expectations low, and then hopefully it's not that bad. You know?
Yeah, by the end, you hit them with that chocolate lava cake. Boom.
Exactly.
All right, what shall we start with? I'm just going to go with the one at the top of the list.
Okay.
This comes from goodtimes.my, which sounds like a made-up site, but
Yeah.
it makes a ScruffCast, so they're legit. Anime action figure collectibles damaged by visiting cousin's child. Owner demands $35,000 in compensation. Not many people know that action figures can cost a collector hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The price can go even higher when it's from a limited edition. Hence, imagine the disappointment this collector from Japan had when his room full of exclusive action figures that he had been collecting for years was wrecked by his cousin's child. The incident took place when his relatives came over to his house for his grandmother's funeral. The relatives, including his cousin, were staying at his house as the funeral was held near the house. The room was full of collectibles such as action figures, DVDs, and comics, and there's like a picture of the room here, and this guy had quite the collection.
Oh, yeah.
However, he was shocked to find the room had turned into a mess when he returned from the funeral. Some of his collectibles were found scattered across the living room. Oh my goodness. Then the next picture is just shit all over the place.
Yeah.
Apparently, his cousin's child went into the room and toyed around with his precious collection. Unfortunately, his cousin had only apologized to him and assumed the incident was trivial. No, you don't get between a man and his Gundam action figures. Luckily for him, the cousin's husband of his cousin... Oh, a terrible sentence, goodtimes.my. Luckily for him, the cousin's husband of his cousin was well aware of how much the action figures cost, and he knew that fair compensation was due to make up for the ruined collectibles. All 38 figurines, 41 limited edition action figures, 9 sets of DVDs, 33 CDs, 45 comics, and a computer were damaged. Jesus Christ, what was this kid doing? He ruined 9 sets of DVDs?
Okay, we'll get to this at the end. Finish this article off.
Total loss of damaged goods was estimated to be at least 3.14 million Japanese yen, aka 28,000 US dollars. According to the man, the real estimation of the total loss was actually higher, as some of the destroyed collectibles were no longer sold, and that some of the collectibles were bought at discounted and membership prices. After showing the real price of the collectibles on Amazon, the cousin finally agreed to pay compensation for the damaged collectibles with a total of 4 million yen, which is about 35,000 US dollars. The child got his fair share of scolding from his parents and was not allowed to have any birthday celebration for the year. As for the owner, he never allowed anyone to stay in his house ever again. The story serves as a reminder for many parents to remind their children to respect other people's belongings and to not let their children out of their sight when visiting someone's home. While the man had received compensation for the damaged collectibles, it may not be nearly enough to cover all the efforts and the time he had put in to collect the goods.
Okay. So, first off, demanding money from a family member in a situation like this, how do you feel about that?
Well, right before, not that we're family, quote unquote.
Okay.
But right before the podcast, as Dan sat back in the comfy ass chair he talked about, he almost flipped a water bottle backwards into my TV.
Yes.
And we talked about, would you pay for my TV if you put a crack in it and broke? He's like, yeah, I would. Now, TV's not $35,000.
But that's also me saying I would. There's a difference between you demanding me pay for it and me just saying, oh, no, man, I feel bad, I'll buy you a new TV.
That's true.
But even if, I would, if I broke your TV, I'd buy you a new TV. Yeah. But, if you were like, dude, you better be buying me that new TV. I'd do it, but I'd be like, you're a dick, John.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'd be salty about it.
Better be enjoying every single frame of something.
Yeah, I was going to do it anyway. You didn't have to throw it in my face like that.
Yeah, if you... Somehow it takes the joy out of something, or ruins it if something you were going to do of your own free will, all of a sudden is like somebody else is like, oh, can you do that? You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if this happened to me, would I demand? I don't know. It's tough.
I don't know if I have it in me.
It depends. This is a good opportunity to cut somebody out of your life.
Well, that's true. If you already didn't like this cousin, oh, yeah, see ya.
See ya.
Give him my yen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the other, that was the other thing I took from this article too, which kind of touched on at the end there, was this what is this what's this person's kid doing?
Well, let me
forget about the toys. The kid destroyed a computer even. So I can see if the kid pulled one toy out and was oh my god, that's awesome, broke the arm off, and that toy ended up costing $35,000. That's whatever. But this kid destroyed it was total 80 action figures, 9 sets of DVDs, 33 CDs. What the hell? And a computer. So this kid's just in there smashing stuff around. What's this kid doing? You idiot.
I'm trying to see what it said, because it sounded to me like they left this kid alone and went to the funeral or something. The incident took place when his relatives came over to his house for his grandmother's funeral. The relatives, including his cousin, were staying at his house as the funeral was not held near his house. Oh, never mind. Geez, they're going to have to host another funeral for all these anime figures. Shake my head.
Yeah, I think it's stupid. These people. That kid's wild.
Oh, yeah.
Control your kids.
So if you came over...
Spay and neuter the people. Control the kid population.
If you came over with your kid and he destroyed my precious anime collection.
Yeah.
Would you pay me 4 million yen to replace it?
No. Dude, you're a nerd. You don't need to be collecting that stuff anyway.
Dude, what the hell? 4 million yen. You can't put a price. You can't put a price on it. It may just be 4 million yen to you, but to an anime collector, it's priceless.
Well, yeah, it is. It sucks. That sucks big time for that guy.
It's especially shitty because it's like family, right?
Yeah.
Because if it's like some random person, then you're like, oh, buddy, you better pay up. You want Judge Judy on your booty? You better pay up.
It's tough, too, because a lot of this stuff isn't necessarily... Like, there's no, like...
the money's not going to...
There's no monetary, like, value to some of these things. Well, no, like, set price, right? They're valuable, but there's no, like... Oh, this is worth $100. Like, boom.
Yeah, it's
like they say, some of this stuff doesn't even get made anymore. Some of it doesn't get sold. So it's like, that stuff's like... There's no set number. It's just, like, I guess whatever anybody's willing to pay for it, right?
Yeah, you go on eBay and you look it up, and the prices fluctuate depending on demand.
Dumb.
Yep. All right,
moving on.
On to the next article. We're going to get a little more serious. This one comes from cbc.ca. So, I had never even heard of this until I saw the headline for this article. Toronto surgeon seeking handgun ban accuses firearms rights groups of trying to intimidate her. A Toronto doctor who has advocated for stricter gun control laws since she helped treat victims of a mass shooting on the Danforth last summer says she won't be intimidated by firearms lobby groups' attempts to silence her. Dr. Najma Ahmed said Friday that the Canadian Coalition for Firearm Rights, CCFR, is behind nearly 70 complaints filed against her with the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario, the regulatory body responsible for investigating allegations of professional misconduct made against physicians working in the province. The objective of making these complaints is to cause hassle and stress for the physician, and it's certainly to do that, said Ahmed, who works as a surgeon at St. Michael's Hospital in downtown Toronto. She drew the attention of the lobby group when she co-founded an organization, Canadian Doctors for Protection from Guns, that pushes for lawmakers to treat gun violence as a public health issue. The group's membership consists mostly of emergency room physicians, trauma surgeons. It formed in the wake of the July 22nd, 2018 mass shooting, Toronto's Greektown neighborhood, which proved to be the deadliest in the city's history. Ooh, Jesus!
Wow,
96 homicides.
No,
last year
that time.
proved to be the deadliest in the city's history. I was going to say, holy. 51 of those deaths were gun-related. The spike in violence prompted Toronto Mayor John Tory to call for a handgun ban. Ahmed's group also supports a ban on handguns and assault-style weapons. She said the impetus was the doctors across Canada have seen an alarming increase in harm, injury, and death from guns, not only in our urban centers, but also in rural settings. She goes on to talk about research pretty clear, yada, yada, yada. So last month, her and her colleagues testified before the Senate committee tasked with examining Bill C-71, proposed legislation which would see an overhaul of the background check system for owning a firearm, new record-keeping requirements for retailers, increased restrictions on transporting a firearm. The CCFR, so that was the Canadian Coalition for Firearm Regulation, I don't remember exactly, opposes the bill, argues physicians should not be advocating for policy changes on a topic outside their immediate field of expertise. CEO and executive director of the CCFR said doctors have no idea about the other side of the dialogue around legal gun ownership. Gun owners are just Canadians, and they want a safer Canada too, he said, adding that some 2.1 million Canadians are currently licensed to lawfully possession a firearm. That's more than I thought.
Yeah.
The prohibition of various types of firearms would not effectively address the root cause of the gun violence, the CEO said. Mass confiscation or banning of law-abiding gun owners is not the way to do that. Unfairly targets all the people who aren't doing the shooting. Yada, yada, yada. In a February 5th post to the CCFR's website, readers were asked to file... In a February 5th post to the CCFR's website, readers were asked to file complaints against Ahmed with the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario because her advocacy amounts to an, in quotes, abuse of her position as a doctor. According to Gil Taka, that's the CEO's name, the tactic was the idea of 5 physicians who contacted his organization with concerns about her position on gun control. He said he had previously, quote, tried desperately to open a channel of dialogue with doctors on social media, but the conversation quickly devolved. In addition to the formal complaints, Ahmed said she has also received a flurry of tweets, emails from gun rights supporters. Many of them include the phrase, "stay in your lane," a refrain made infamous by the NRA in the U.S. as a rejoinder to American doctors who have similarly pushed for stricter gun control laws. Giltaka denied any connection to the NRA. Any attempt to insinuate so is just another tactic to deflect from the issue, he added. Despite the personal stress the complaints have caused her, Ahmed said she's undeterred by the attempts to derail her career in activism. It is our ethical responsibility to engage in dialogue and public policy that supports the health and welfare of Canadians, she told Metro Morning host Matt Galloway. This is what I'm talking about. They always put so many names.
You get him, Matt Galloway.
Yeah, he had to get his little shit out. I will not be silenced by this. I think that was the ultimate objective, to intimidate us and scare us away, but this is an important issue and it is our obligation to engage. She said her advocacy is fueled by what she's seen in emergency rooms and the broader impact gun violence has on victims and their communities. Their lives are never the same. Their families are shattered. Yada, yada, yada. Terrible stuff. All right. So I had originally just read the headline, and as it is with the ScruffCast, you read the headline, you put it in the podcast notes, you don't read the article.
Yes.
But as I'm reading this, it's pretty interesting. So,
well, first off, I didn't even know firearms were legal to own at all. Like hunting, yes. Like I know hunting rifles were, but like handguns and like semi-automatic weapons, I didn't even think that was legal to even own in Canada. I thought they were just banned.
You got to be licensed. I thought,
but I thought even with a license, you could only own like I thought hunting rifles.
And that may be the case. Maybe we're misinterpreting what's in here, but it's just such a different culture here from like the United States, right? In the United States, like baked into the Constitution. Well,
it's funny because it seems like they're just like trying to hop on to the United States stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we want gun rights too. Shut up.
Well, so I guess this woman was one of the surgeons who dealt with the Danforth shooting. Obviously, she had a lot of people come in who were like dying or dead already. And she's like, you know what? This shit's terrible. We got to put an end to this. But what surprised me is, so the CCFR, which I guess is, I don't know, like a Canadian version of the NRA,
yeah,
if you will,
yeah,
is actually making like complaints against her for like misconduct as a doctor, right? So like imagine you go to the doctor, right? And you're like, hey doc, you know, like my pelvis, I got like a mole. And the doctor, you know, takes a little fondle. Ooh, well, you grabbed my cheeks. Misconduct.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like the same kind of thing, abuse of power.
Yeah, these people are
it's
like...
It's pretty harsh allegations for someone who's just trying to stand up for gun rights or against...
Yeah, right? And hey, you want to have an opinion, whether it's a good opinion or bad opinion, you're allowed to have shitty opinions. If you weren't, obviously the ScruffCast wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
But, like, just because you're a doctor doesn't mean you can't have these opinions, right? Now, if she's going out and she's like, it's a medical fact that if you own a gun, you're 10 times more likely to have cancer, or making shit up, okay,
something outrageous, yeah.
Right? But this is just her saying, like, hey, you know what? I don't like guns, blah, blah, blah. Totally fair, totally valid, right? Just because you're a doctor doesn't mean you can't have the opinion. And then they're, like, bullying her, right? Now, what I found interesting is that they pretty much said, like, hey, you know, as a doctor, you're, like, I don't know if you want to say like a more respected, you know, public individual, right? Which is like, one of the reasons you're not allowed to be selected for jury duty and stuff like that, right? Because people will defer to you. Oh, the doctor probably.
Oh, I didn't even know that actually.
I wouldn't like bet my life on that fact, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure because there's certain
makes sense. Like
there's certain
sounds about right.
There's certain like occupations where you won't get picked, because think, right, if it's like, you know, 8 people on a jury and you know someone's a doctor, they're gonna be like, oh well, if that's what the doctor thinks, damn, the doctor probably knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, that is true.
So I could see that angle when they're like, hey, you know what, like this is outside of your, you know, your field of knowledge or whatever, or if you'd be making all these claims. But it's like, I don't know, for them to post a thing on their website being like, hey, go and send complaints. Like, people don't even know who this doctor is. Yeah,
no. It's kind of just her, just like, it's just an opinion, right? It's like me or you, like, trying to stop, you know, guns. Trying to have, like, you know, a ban on handguns or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. Like, it should have nothing to do with her profession. But the problem is, in her profession, she has to deal with the aftermath of shootings.
Yeah.
With patients, right? And she's probably just sick of it. Like, you know what, I want to help people... Like, not necessarily I want to help people with serious problems, because it is a serious problem, like being shot, obviously, but like I want to help people who need medical help, need operations to fix this. I don't want to have to constantly be cleaning up somebody else's mess because someone was angry at somebody and shot someone.
Yeah.
You know? You get what I'm kind of saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Right? Like
it's an unnecessary, like, if there's no handguns, nobody gets shot, then she doesn't have to deal with that, in a sense. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, but that's like too like idealistic, almost. Like it's like too like, oh, you know, in a perfect world, we just get rid of all the guns and.
Oh, of course, it's never gonna happen.
Instead of shooting somebody, they're gonna like beat them up with a broom,
stab them.
right? Get dusted up.
Get the dust up.
Put you in the dustbin. I don't know what accent that was, but
I don't know either.
yeah. So I get what you're saying, but like I think them like posting these messages on the website and being like, "Hey, we got to put complaints about this doctor. We got to put an end to her," is like outrageous.
Yeah, you know what? Sorry, I was yawning there. It's kind of like, but like this is everywhere now, right? If somebody makes a mistake, it's like, oh, your whole life has to be ended.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, I don't like what you're doing. I'm gonna just take you down. You shouldn't be able to have your job anymore. You shouldn't. And it's kind of like what they're doing too, right? But it's like other things. If someone like, says something maybe they shouldn't have said, even if it's not that bad,
Yeah.
people are all up in arms, like, oh, take that person out. They shouldn't be able to have that job anymore.
Oh,
ruin their lives.
Dude,
Like that's essentially it, right?
It's like, did you see? I don't know if you saw floating around on Twitter, the stuff people complaining about John Wayne. Did you see this at all?
No.
Okay, so you know John Wayne,
Yeah.
right? Not personally, obviously.
No.
He died 40 years ago, but I guess it was a slow day on Twitter, right, where people like to complain about stuff.
Yeah.
And somebody linked like an old Playboy article where they interviewed John Wayne.
Oh,
right?
I did hear something about this. Okay.
In like 1971, so like
Yeah.
literally 50 years ago. And he had some, like shitty stuff in there, right?
Yeah.
Like some of it was racist, some of it was sexist, whatever. And people were like all furious, right? And it's like, the guy died 40 years ago.
Yeah. Get over it.
Give it up. Okay, was he shitty? If this article's anything to go by, yeah, I guess it'll look like it.
Yes, he was.
But like,
But who cares now? Like, well, what are you gonna do about it now?
Exactly.
Like,
you know what it is? It's just want people want to be like, oh my god, I think he's shitty too. So it's like, wow, that person, they're on the right side of stuff. They think he's shitty. When it's like, it's so easy to be like, yeah. Well, that guy said shitty stuff. Oh, he's shitty. It's like so easy.
well, duh. Of course he's shitty.
Right?
He said shitty stuff.
Yeah, it's the same thing with like Donald Trump. Like, oh, Trump thinks this. Like, you always see his tweets, right, on Twitter, and then it's always the same people replying these tweets. It's like I don't even know who these people are, but it's like they've made their living.
Yeah.
Off of like being the people who reply to their tweets.
Yeah.
Right, being like, oh yeah, well, if you really thought that, Donald Trump, you're so racist and blah blah blah. It's like, Donald Trump doesn't even know you exist. Give it up. Like, who cares?
Exactly.
Who cares, dude? I can't wait in like 2 years if he gets reelected, or in like everybody's gonna be losing their minds, or in like 6 years once he's reelected, and then he just goes out to do something else. This will all just fade away. Nobody will give two shits. They'll complain about the next thing.
You gotta watch out, man. You're kind of on a pro-Trump binge this episode.
No, I'm just saying. It's episode 45.
You mentioned Trump twice already. Like, totally out of the blue.
What? No, I didn't mention what?
Trump. Twice.
Oh, you just mentioned him twice, too.
Oh, damn. Come on. Gonna get in photo dust up.
No, but it's just like, I don't know. People like to be like, hey, how did we even get on this?
I don't know.
Why
don't just move on to the next article?
Yeah, we're just talking about
we don't even know what we're arguing about anymore.
The ScruffCast. What did I used to always say? We tackle the tough topics.
We tackle the tough topics.
Dude, we used to tackle the tough
no
topics.
bueno.
Little ScruffCast throwback. All right, on to another hard-hitting article. Snowbound Oregon man ate taco sauce packets, survived 5 days. This is in Bend, Oregon. A man whose car was stranded in Central Oregon snow for 5 days survived by eating taco sauce packets and starting the engine periodically to warm up.
Now, we're gonna it doesn't say what taco sauce packets they are, but we're gonna assume that they're Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, if there were any other taco sauce packets, the guy wouldn't have
He'd be
lived 5
dead.
days.
Yeah, because Taco Bell has the best hot sauce.
Okay. I have
the best packeted hot sauce.
I have a like fast food related stuff to come back to after this article.
Okay, we'll move on.
A man whose car was stranded in Central Oregon snow for 5 days survived by eating taco sauce packets and starting the engine periodically to warm up. A snowmobiler found Jeremy Taylor, sounds like a made-up name, 36, of Sun River on Friday, and a search and rescue team member who rode to him on a large snow tractor brought him out of the woods, said Sergeant William Bailey, the spokesman for the Deschutes County Sheriff's Office.
And there we go again.
I know. Really, Deschutes? Like, who gives Deschutes? A Taylor, an avid outdoorsman who loves to go off-roading, was last seen getting gas February 24th in Sun River. He told his rescuers he and his dog Ally became stuck in deep snow on a U.S. Forest Service road later that same day. He slept in his car, and when he awoke Monday, more snow had fallen. He attempted to hike out, but the snow was too deep, so Taylor and Ally, I'm going to call
I think it's Allie. I think Allie better.
Ally? All right.
Yeah.
So Taylor and Ally, wasn't that like a Disney show, Taylor and Ally?
I don't think so.
Anyways, Taylor and Ally returned to his car. Thank you, everyone. I'm safe. My ally dog. The very next sentence proves me correct. Why would he say my alley dog? Because it's A-L-O-Y. It's not like alley, like back alley.
But either way, it doesn't make sense. Because even if the dog's name is Ally, the way he says it up here, he tells rescuers that his dog Ally, like that's the name of the dog.
Well,
so it still doesn't make sense what he says here. Thank you, everyone. I'm safe. My dog... Oh, no, my dog Ally is safe.
No, it says thank you, everyone.
Oh, yeah, my Ally dog is safe. Oh, that's dumb.
Right, because above it says he and his dog, comma, Ally. Unless it was like his dog Ally as opposed to his human ally. Regardless.
No, I don't think so.
Thank you, everyone. I'm safe. My Ally dog is safe. I really appreciate all the help. Got lucky. Let's never do that again. I'll be in touch with everyone soon, he wrote on his Facebook page late Friday. Taylor did not reply to a message sent through Facebook on Saturday. In response to a friend's Facebook comment about how he ate 3 Taco Bell hot sauce packets during the ordeal, he joked, "Taco Bell fire sauce saves lives." Taylor and his dog were both in good health when found, authorities said, but were very hungry. Central Oregon has been hammered with snowstorms in recent weeks.
Thanks for that information.
Yes, thank you. I gotta say, I was expecting like a little more of a heroic tale.
No, I think
I slept in my car, and his friend commented, and he said, I ate 3 packets of hot sauce. And then OregonLive.com, the Oregonian, had to turn it into an article.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Maybe a little unnecessary. And then in return, we had to talk about it. God damn it.
They boomed us. Goddamn boomed us.
Well, do you have anything to say about this?
Not much. I mean, what a selfish jerk. He ate all 3 packets. What about
Did he give
dog?
any of the dog?
Yeah.
Maybe that'd be a little too spicy for the dog. But there's so much snow. The dog could just eat the snow.
I guess.
Like, if his mouth got too hot.
I guess.
You go 2 for 1 at least.
Yeah, 2 for yourself, 1 for the dog.
Yeah.
Do you think he just ate it pure or he put it on snow?
No, he ate it pure.
Damn, this guy's hardcore.
Yeah, and then he ate some snow. He made a little Taco Bell hot sauce snow cone. Wouldn't be half bad.
I remember watching an episode of Man vs. Wild. Like,
yeah,
probably 10 years ago now. Oh, jeez. And,
is that the Bear Grylls one?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Bear Grylls. This is Man vs. Wild.
Oh, I'm Bear Grylls.
I used to
Gonna
love
drink
that
my
show.
own urine.
I used to
Yeah,
love that show.
it is a good show.
It's like the total antithesis of my lifestyle. Nothing is wild. Nothing's manly.
So you're like trying to just like live vicariously through him.
Yeah. It's just like that show River Monsters. I remember I watched a marathon of that show, and then I was like, oh yeah, and I got a betta fish.
So you went out and got a little house pet fish.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to be like, oh, and I went out and bought a fishing rod. But no, you just bought a fish.
If
That's
I
all
bought
you
a
did.
fishing rod, I'd have to go somewhere where there's fish and then cast it. And
then you'd have to get the fish off the hook, which is gross.
Reminds me of a story when we went camping one time as kids.
Ah, dude, I know the story. You're not going to tell us, all right, go for it. I think I know the story.
And we went fishing. Actually, like, yeah, we're camping. Oh, let's go fishing. And I believe we caught like a sunfish.
Yeah.
Right? And we couldn't get it off the hook.
Oh, yeah, this is the same story I'm thinking
Right?
of.
And now I think we tried to get it off the hook.
We did.
It's not like we were like, we were too scared. We were kids, okay? And by kids, I mean like, I don't know, 14, 15.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Old enough to know better.
We couldn't get the fish off the hook. So you just took the rod and you just cast the fish. You just took the rod and cast the fish back out there on the line.
I was using that fish to try to catch a bigger fish. That's what I was doing.
And then I think the line snapped and that poor fish had to swim around like that forever.
With a hook in his mouth, boy.
But like the whole fish was flopping, right? And it's throwing the weight off on the rod. And you just like, it's like flopping on the deck. And you just cast the whole fish back out there.
Not one of my finer moments, but
Dude, that's a memory I had totally forgotten about until just now.
You know what? I just thought of that story just the other day. Like
yeah.
last night, we were talking about fishing at my parents' house. And then I remembered that story. I didn't tell it, but I remembered.
Well, now you get to tell it for the whole world.
That poor sunfish. Okay.
You son of a fish. So, remember I said I had a...
that one was no good. You've had some good ones over the past couple weeks.
That one was weak. You fly too close to the sun, you get burned.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So... so I was at work a few weeks ago, and because remember I said I was going to get back to something about fast food.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't remember if I told you this or not, but the guy next to me at work asked, like, I don't remember how we were talking about McDonald's or something, but he asked what a grimace was. Oh, I remember. So we had a box of Laura Secord chocolates at work.
Oh, nice.
And we have a guy at work who's from Korea, so he didn't know who Laura Secord was, and he was saying, "Oh, it's like a real Canadian." He's like, "A real Canadian? Like you're a real Canadian, right? Like think of like you're born here, right? I'm not from here. I'm not a real Canadian." We're like, "No, like she's not fictional." And the guy said, "Like Colonel Sanders," and we're like, "Wait, Colonel Sanders is real."
Yeah.
So that's this whole discussion. And then, fun fact, we had a guy look it up. This ruined the productivity for the afternoon.
I would say so.
Where Colonel Sanders, he wasn't like an army colonel. He was a Kentucky colonel. So his colonelhood comes from the state of Kentucky and not from like any army service.
I didn't think he was even army.
No, he's a real.
I didn't give him any connection.
You just thought he was a made up colonel?
Yeah, I thought they just like called him Colonel Sanders because he made good chicken. Like he's the colonel of chicken making.
Nope.
Oh.
But then that led me down another deep dark path on the internet because he asked what a grimace was. So I looked up grimace. Right? Remember like McDonald's?
Wasn't he? Yeah.
There was this whole McDonald's wiki about McDonald Land, which was like their like whole fictional universe they set up back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And there's like a 6 VHS run of like this whole series of McDonald Land. It was crazy. There was like this whole island with like just grimaces, and the guy's name was like King Gonga or something, and he was like the king of the grimace.
What the hell?
But even worse than that, I found out Burger King had a competing thing back in the late 80s,
of course.
90s. The Burger King Kingdom. Dude, it's like the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. So you had the Burger King, who isn't the king because he like rules over the kingdom. He was actually a magician, which obviously bumps up my respect for the Burger King much more because I love magic. But the characters that came up with in the Burger King Kingdom were so lame. There was one guy who's the Duke of Doubt, and his whole spiel was he didn't believe in the magic, so he always doubted it.
Right.
And there was Sir Shakes-a-Lot, who was a robot who really liked milkshakes.
Milkshakes, okay.
It was like the lamest shit ever.
But they both sound stupid.
But not lame enough to make the ScruffCast.
Until now.
All
right. Okay.
Well, just a little random spiel.
That's about that. Okay, you want to do the hero and jabroni of the week? Well, so we're going to start with the jabroni.
Jabroni of the week.
John.
We'll go to...
Who's your jabroni?
I mean, I got to go with the obvious one. I feel like the last few weeks I've been saving the obvious one.
Mm-hmm.
But this week got to go with the obvious one. Got to go with the parents of that kid destroying all his anime figures.
I'm with you. 110%. Stupid parents.
What are you doing?
Okay. Well, that was easy. Your hero of the week.
Hero of the week. Man, we didn't really do much this week. Hero of the week. I got to give it up to Benjamin Franklin for discovering electricity.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm taking credit for that, so you can just name me hero of the week, by the way.
Oh, I suppose that's true.
Did I just get my first hero of the week?
I know there was one episode where we made ourselves heroes of the week.
Of course we did. What would I think we didn't do that?
There was an episode where we made a listener hero of the week one time.
Well, guess what? I'm about to do it again. My hero of the week is the listener who wrote in with that fantastic question at the beginning.
Ooh, high praise.
That was a great question.
High praise for this listener. It was a great question, actually.
Great question.
See, listeners, that's why you got to write into scruffcast@gmail.com. The more you put into the podcast,
the more you get out.
I've always said this. It's like AA. What you put in, you get out. AA, always awesome.
ScruffCast. Okay, that's it. Wait. Oh, geez, the question to ponder for next week.
The listeners, they need something to
Jesus,
think about
that was close. Okay, here we go. Question to ponder. You're given $1 billion, but you can only buy things that start with the first letter of your name. Like the first letter of your first name. So mine would be D, yours would be J. You can only buy things that start with that letter. Name 3 things you'd buy. So email us in with the 3 things you'd buy.
This is a good one. This is easy for the listeners to
I think so too. But it's like also a little challenging because like you got to think of like, you know.
Yeah, if we got any Zacharies out there, it's going to be rough.
Good luck. You can get a bunch of zebras. That's about it.
The old zip. They should sponsor us.
They should zip. Yeah, so name 3 things you buy. So email us 3 things you buy with the first letter to your own name.
Where can they email us?
Not ours. ScruffCast@gmail.com. Oh my god, we haven't even done one of these shoutouts yet. We haven't plugged ourselves once.
Or on
Normally
Twitter,
this is like 10 times.
at ScruffCast.
Instagram at the ScruffCast.
The ScruffCast.
YouTube.
On YouTube. I know you're watching on YouTube right now. Hit the thumb up.
Right now, we're going to give you a 5-second pause to hit that thumb up. Okay.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Click it.
Yeah, you better have all clicked it in that time.
All right. Tell your friends. Give us good ratings. I remember we said before if you left us a review on iTunes, we'd read it out in an accent of your choosing. You know how many of you guys decided to take advantage of that opportunity?
That rule still applies.
None. So this is your chance.
Keep in mind, you can call us now, too. If you want to be on the ScruffCast, set it up with us.
Send us an email, and preferably bring an article you'd like to discuss. Or in the case of like this listener, bring a question like that. That was, I gotta agree, that was a good question.
Fantastic
I'm quite impressed
question.
with this listener.
Yeah. Normally, I'm not. But this time I am.
No. But we got to give it up where credit's due. All right.
That's it.
I feel like that may be it. If you do leave a review, may I suggest you ask Dan to do the Kentucky Colonel accent?
I can
Just
do
throwing
that
out
for
there.
you. Okay. Oh, and listen to us on Spotify. We're new on there.
Yeah, we're on Spotify. If you're sitting around, you got like your Alexa in the background, you know, Alexa, play the ScruffCast on Spotify.
There you go. Or we go.
Alexa,
Hey, Google.
order laundry detergent. Oh, damn, you guys just got wrecked.
Get wrecked. So much gain. All right, that's it. Okay. That's it for episode 45 of the ScruffCast. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week.
Got me like, oh, as I'm watching her go. All I'm thinking is, oh, damn, that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.
Bring out the flame snuffer.